Shalom, everyone. Yeah, don't really have a lesson to say, but I thought I'd just give some tips, some things that we can implement in our lives from this point. But there was a comment somebody asked about Genesis 9, verse 3. Did somebody find that? And somebody else find 1 Timothy 3, verse 4 and 5.
Said Genesis chapter 9 verse 3.
Yes.
And it reads, every moving thing that lives shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. Keep going.
That's it. Could somebody read 1 Timothy 4, verse 4? Verse 4 and 5.
For every creature of God is good and nothing to be refused, if it be received with thanksgiving, for it is sanctified by the word of God and prayer.
Yes, now we covered this in a previous lesson, and we showed how it was talking about the creatures that were already sanctified. Okay, now I also mentioned in a previous lesson that every time Israel fell, God changed the diet. The original diet was Genesis 1:29, where he told us to eat what we call fruits, the plants with seeds in it, and the trees with the seed bearing in it. After Adam fell, we see that we were given the green herb. Because somebody find Genesis 1:29 and 30.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 29.
29.
God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat.
That's for men. The next verse, could you read the next verse?
And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creeps upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. Right. And it was so.
And we see that after the fall, he actually gave the green herb to man to eat. Originally, this was for the beast. Okay. Now we go to the question that somebody posted about what about Genesis 9, and where he tells, now how many animals were taken onto the ark? How many of each animals?
2 by 2.
2 by 2. Is that it? 2 by 2. Everyone says 2 by 2. 2 by 2 of the unclean animals.
Oh, that's right.
It was 7 by 7 of the clean animals.
Oh.
Yes. Now, some will say that because the clean animals could be eaten. That's kind of debatable because up to that point, man wasn't given permission to eat meat. But with the question in mind, where God said after they come off of the ark that they could eat anything, again, we can look back to 1 Timothy. He's still talking about the clean animals, just as in 1 Timothy. Because if the unclean animals went in 2 by 2 and they were allowed to eat them, they couldn't reprocreate, could they? They would die out. So again, he's talking about the clean animals. He was given permission to eat these because there was nothing else. There was no vegetation. There was nothing on earth. So he gave them permission to eat. Again, we see when men fell, every time they fall, the diet changes. Okay, so I think that answers that question. Yeah. Now, a few tips I thought I could give for people that they could implement right now. One of the things is to increase water in intake. We don't drink enough water. Every bodily function has to do with what you have need water for. So we increase water now. Just not just any water. Tap water is a no-no. It's a no-no. In fact, I think I'll probably do a class on that one in itself.
That would be great.
Yeah. You can use distilled water. I actually go to the well, and I'm hoping they're not going to tamper with that, but that's what I do. I get mine from the well on Wrightsboro Road. Yes, that's where I get my water. So increase your water intake. Don't eat after 7. Yeah, because what happens is that your body is busy digesting the food all night long while you're sleeping, when it should be repairing itself. While we sleep, our bodies repair itself. You have a question?
What if you go sleep late?
You still don't eat. You don't eat after 7.
Sometimes you might not get old after. As you go fast then.
Yeah.
I got another question too, as far as I know I heard some people say as far as how much water intake we should take.
Yes.
Something about half your body weight or something like
Half
that.
the body weight in ounces. Well, I think if you're eating right, you really don't have to drink that much water. If you're not eating right, yes, I would say at least half your body weight in ounces of water.
Okay.
But our whole system is not the way that the Most High designed it. If and when we're eating the way we're supposed to eat, there will be days that you won't even eat. You might get to the evening and say, wait, I haven't eaten today. See, your body will tell you when you need to eat. If you detox and you really begin to eat in the correct manner that the Most High gave us to eat, there are days you won't eat. Your body will just tell you when to eat. And think about Adam. I don't think Adam sat down and had a 3-course meal, 3 times a day. No. So, but our body's so out of whack, so out of sync that, yeah, we probably do need half the body weight in water. Yeah. Sleep is very, very important. Very. It's like filing. Filing is done. Rearranging is done. Repair is done. Rebuilding is done while you sleep. And the best time to go to sleep is before 10. Between the hours of 10 and 2, that's when the healing hormones are produced in your body. So that's the best time. Yeah. I think we all do. Yeah.
Got no problem with it.
Yeah. Now there's a mixture that I'm going to give you a recipe to. Very, very powerful. Turmeric, garlic, ginger, apple cider vinegar, and either lime or lemon juice. If you get these, put them all in a blender, blend it, and put it in a mason jar, store it in the fridge, and just take a spoonful each night. You will see the difference. Give it about a week or 2, and you'll begin to see the difference, because all these ingredients are really, really powerful in helping us. Antibiotics,
Just overall,
like natural, overall, good for blood pressure, diabetes.
I have a question about that.
Mm-hmm.
Will they stuff break you out? Because I was using apple cider at one time. My skin broke out.
Really? Well, everybody's different. Everybody. Did you use organic?
Is that Bragg?
Bragg's, yes.
Yes.
Well, if it's not,
Well, I'm gonna try it again.
you can just try a little and see. But everybody's different. So, turmeric, garlic, ginger, apples.
So when you say ginger, like the actual ginger.
Ginger root, yes. Yeah, and turmeric, the root as well. It's much
okay,
better.
so
Yes, it's much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can find this like at a health food store.
And like I said, I usually go to regular grocery store. You probably won't get the organic. I get mine from Earth Fair.
Okay.
They have organic now. turmeric is it's like $10 a pound, but you don't need a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot. Yeah. Yeah, turmeric, garlic, yes, apple cider vinegar, and either lime or lemon juice. You blend that, just put it in the blender, blend it, and then put it in a mason jar, keep it in the fridge. Take a spoonful each night. You'll see the difference.
How much of each do you put in?
Yeah, that's the thing. Depends on how much you're gonna make. I think you really go wrong. I would say, what did we do? Yeah, we have a video. I have a channel I'm gonna be setting up soon. Got some more things to go. Yeah. Yes, I've got some more things to put in it. We got a video and we're getting a few more together and then I'll put it on the channel. Yeah. 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 And you can just watch that at any time. Now, green powder. Any of you know about green powder?
Like the greens, superfood.
Yes. That's really, really good. If you're not able to juice on a daily or weekly basis, you can just get some green powder. Put it in some juice and drink that. That is very good. It's something that we all can implement right away.
And that's just good on like a daily supplement or
yes.
specifically for
What it
detox?
is it's an extract of the green vegetables.
Oh, okay.
So if you're not able
That'd
to
be
juice
great.
the green vegetables, you can have that instead. Yes.
And we take a teaspoon every night, you say?
Teaspoon of that mixture every night. Yes. And if you have cold, it just covers a wide variety of things.
So that's every night before you go to bed.
Yes.
And in the morning.
Yes. Now, if you're not squeamish, because there's somebody in my house that I have to run around him like a 5-year-old. Every time I come, no, not again.
Do we have to be at the same time every night?
No. Just before you go to bed, on an empty stomach. You could actually take it in the morning, but you might not want to with the garlic going to work, and you might not. Yeah, so. Yes. Yeah. Now, just a couple of little things. Now, your bowels. If your bowels are working well, you should have bowel movement at least within an hour after a main meal. So that's an indication of whether it's working well. Why'd you say wow?
Very
Throughout my teenage years, I went once a week, and I thought I didn't know anything was wrong with that until I got married, and my husband's like clockwork every morning. Yes, somebody's saying I'm saying too much. But that is an indication if your bowels are working correct. And we do have to eliminate waste products because we talked about this before. It can stay within the system for many, many, many years. Most of you know I went to England take care of my uncle that had cancer, and one of the things I did was with him was an enema. And the second one that we did, some stuff came out of him. He was shocked. He looked into that pail and he said, yes, I'm a believer. When he saw what came out of him. Yeah, that might have been there for decades. Yeah. But on that note, I would like to say that he was diagnosed with stomach cancer. It was advanced and it was aggressive, and they basically gave up on him. So my husband and I went and started treatment that very night. We got in Saturday and I started treatment that night, and bought what I needed to buy, and I was giving it to him, and he was fine for a couple of days, and then he just crashed. Now they allowed him to get some radiotherapy, 5 treatments. And he just crashed. When I say crash, I mean we had to lift him. He couldn't do anything. Everything was loop. He couldn't do anything. Couldn't keep anything down, and I was so terrified. And I prayed. I had to change my prayers because we talked about understanding before. Do you remember we talked about that? See, I had the recipe. I had the knowledge, and I had the wisdom. I didn't have the understanding. So I had to say, God, you know what is happening in his body. Show me what to do. And he led me to a store, a health food store in Hayes in England. Really, really nice man. He was an Indian man. And I explained to him what was going on. I bought some things there before. He said, stop everything. I was giving him probiotic. He said, leave that. He gave me a more powerful one. He says, take that, give that to him first thing in the morning. If he keeps that down, give him something else, take that down. I bought everything he needed. And that's how he slowly started coming back and coming back. And then I was able to continue with the things I'd started before. And I could see him responding. And he was starting to, it was skin and bones. But before I left, he'd started to full out. And I chose to leave on the 10th because on the 9th was his next appointment at the hospital. And when we went, he had lost almost 4 pounds. But they were shocked that was all that he lost. Because apparently the last 2 visits he had there, he had lost so much weight so quickly that they were amazed that he'd only lost 4 pounds. And they didn't really know that he'd lost a lot more during that period. But apparently it was reaction to the radiotherapy. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Yes. So I thought it was just after the radiotherapy, which some people do have a reaction just after, but it could be up to like 5 days after. And this is what happened with him. But we spoke to him yesterday, my husband and I, and he's doing well. Yeah, his daughter, one particular daughter that lives in the home, she's got it. She's got it. And she's on him. Because he was saying yesterday that, she's telling me don't cheat. She's every time she comes in here, she looks to see if I'm going. Yeah, but he's doing well. So y'all, please keep praying. And thank you for praying while I was away. I needed those prayers. And I felt those prayers. Yeah, so that's about it for today.
Awesome. Great hands.